I've been given to understand as I went through the rewiring of my own neural pathways by introducing positive thought patterns. I noticed the effect that school, public school, private school, because I had gone to a private Catholic school in grade school and for a year of high school, and then I transferred over to public school. So I was in kindergarten, public school, and then so forth. And what I observed was it's drilled into you when you are in that age group. Compare, contrast, and what doesn't belong. Greater than, less than. Compare, contrast, what doesn't belong. And in math class, see, this is how I know math is a religion. It is not a so-called law of nature, a law of physics. Math is its own religion, just like science and your medical field. Those are just three different religions. You have to get approval in order to teach it. The approval comes from the state, and the state gives it to those who's, got the money and the influence. And of course there's the whole metaphysical, they all do witchy practice stuff, satanic stuff. So we know where this comes from. So with math, it was a phase on Facebook. I don't know, I got off of Facebook when it started to get really gnarly. And they would put forth math problems, and they say, what's the answer? So it would be like 2 plus 2 divided by 3 times 4 minus 1, and it would have that. And people would come up with 2 different answers. And then the computer, the Facebook AI program, tells you which one is the correct answer. In school, it was the calculator. The machine tells you who is correct. Because some of us went to school and we were taught, okay, 2 plus 2 is 4, divided by 3 equals 1 point whatever, times that. And you do it consecutively. Each time you meet a symbol, you perform that action with those numbers. Now, at another level, as I went from public school to private school and the years went by, they changed the way that they teach math. It was show me your work at a certain point. They want to know how you arrived at that answer. They wanted to know whether or not you were of the inspired, enlightened, open-minded kids, or if you were of the, show me your work, show me you are following instructions, your brain is thinking how I want you to think. So the other one is where you do 2 plus 2, and if you see a multiplication or division between those numbers, so where it's 2 plus 2 divided by 3, you would first divide 2 by 3 and then add 2 and come up with a different answer to the problem. But who told you which answer was right? In school it was the teacher. So other people are going to tell you who's right and wrong, and it's a religion. Remember this. That's how you come up with 2 different answers, because it's not concrete. It's not science. And I'll tell you, the creator could put 2 and 2 and make $1 million out of it. So, that is the conditioning and programming. Find out where the contrast is, where things are different. What's different does not belong. And you get your answers. At first it was from other people, and now they changed it. They introduced calculators, and now they've got now it's past Google AI. Now it's ChatGPT that is telling people they're relying on that for answers. Our Creator's the only one with any correct answer to anything, and I'll tell you, he can change the answer if he needs to, because he's the one with all the controls. He's got all the buttons. He can do anything. And I just thought that would be helpful to other people who maybe, find themselves in a cliquey type environment where only certain people who agree 100% are allowed, and anybody different, isn't even talked to or considered. Or if somebody cooks a different way, dresses a different way, speaks in a different way, especially when it comes to spiritual language. So, the Son of Man and the Son of God, those are terms used to describe every firstborn male child, except for where there wasn't a male. The females could enter that priesthood as well. So, the Son of Man and Son of God, there was always one who fit that role. Like Moses would have been the high priest, the Son of God of his time with the covenant renewal. Abraham, Shem, Noah, Lamech. Who was it? Was it Methuselah? I'm not sure. But, Enoch, all the way back. So, I hope this helps you. Oh, I know where I was going with that. So, speaking a variety of spiritual lingo. What are saints? Saints are the set-apart ones. Who are the set-apart ones? Those are the ones who are of the order of Melchizedek, also called the order of the firstborn, and the order of heaven. There's several names for it. So it's helpful to know all of these things, because what they're describing as saints is not what is described as a saint, because they're using a different word in a different book. And so somebody else might think, oh, well, that's a whole different thing. No, what you have defined as a saint and a set apart one, completely wrong. Completely wrong. It's blowing my mind because my thinking was completely wrong. But the importance of knowing spiritual language. I worked for a time as a spiritual advisor, taking phone calls. A woman called from Egypt. We didn't talk about spirituality. I was not into Torah then. I was just a highly intuitive person who usually was very helpful to the people around me. So I get this call from Egypt. This woman, her husband cheated on her, left her, took all the money, turned her children against her, and she was considering having an affair, cheating on him. And it was just given to me to ask her, well, would having an affair destroy your relationship with God? She said, yes. I said, why would you let that man destroy the only relationship you have left, that only you, as you're the only human being, can control? Several months later, I get a message from her. She had moved to the United States. She was living with one of her children, and she was happy. So, by not forcing a specific name for God, a specific religion, you just know that in most religions, especially, in Egypt, Muslim or Coptic Christian is the best bet. I'm sure that there, a lot of people from India, the multiple gods, I forget Buddhists, they might be there. But predominantly, it's going to be Muslim or Coptic Christian, and in both of them, it's monotheistic, and in both of them, their God would be terribly upset at them if they committed adultery. So, I mean, she was free to divorce him, but, alright. She's happy, and that's all that matters. And she has a spiritually safe relationship. Which God is hers, I don't know. I cannot say. However, she's on the better path to the Creator of all things than she would have been if I had said, "Oh no, you shouldn't divorce it. You shouldn't get it. Oh no, you gotta get rid of it. Yeah. Find a good man, take pictures, send it to your husband." You know what I mean? She has a better chance of staying on that narrow path than she would if she had gone and done something else and led off into who knows what. Because, especially in places like that, the things that they do to wayward women, it is not. I'm so grateful I was given that to give her instead of anything else. I've got a lot of thanks to give right now. So now I can tell you, I hope this helps you understand the workings of your own mind and why your mind needs to be more flexible and more open. There's more than English, French, Spanish, Vietnamese, Mandarin. There are spiritual languages. The words interpreted by each cult, sect, group, church. Not a single one of them has anything to do with the truth. Not a single one of them. It's blowing my mind. I am totally looking forward to this enlightener, the one who's going to restore pure worship before the Messiah comes. I like keeping my eyes open and out and my prayers active. My heart is excited. I gotta meet this guy. And I hope that this excitement rubs off on somebody else who wants to be excited about it too, who can get excited about it. That would be fun. I would love to see somebody with the same excitement.